Hey there everyone, I'm Around the Wheel, and welcome back to Sonic 2 XL. Today we're on the Chemical Plant Zone, and it occurs to me that last time I didn't show you what happens when Sonic dies, what happens when he gets too fat and dies. So let's try to demonstrate that now. A great way to do that is to jump on a ring monitor, because that gets you pretty fat in a hurry, although we're already having significant trouble here, though that's due... Yeah. Jump on a ring monitor. Oh, chug up that hill, Sonic. You can do it. Yeah. Resistance is futile. Let's get down the slope here. This is a pretty let's get going big time. Alright, yeah, there he is. We have a good view of it, too. You can jump on the ring monitor if you want, Tails. It won't matter. He just sits there and kind of for a sec. But yeah, that's what happens when Sonic dies, and we are going to try to avoid just that phase. Now that we've done it once, there's no reason to go doing it on purpose again. Because, it gets less funny after a time. This ROM hack has really, since I first tried it out, I am going to make a good, solid attempt to beat it. But I think, actually, this is... Okay, can I jump over this? I think I can. Okay, yeah, good. Yeah, I've actually thought quite substantially about this ROM hack since I started playing it. And there's the whole fatty fall down make funny aspect, and that's all very amusing and stuff. Oh yeah, we need to get our little butts running here. And but yeah, we can laugh at Sonic struggling to jump and whatnot, but the more you think about it, the more layers you kind of end up revealing. Like, here in America, we seem kind of backwards sometimes. I know it's pretty easy to make Americans seem like backwards-looking people. We eat all the time, and we stuff our faces. We've clearly never heard of portion control, and we have some backwards ideas about people. I would actually argue that, for example, race relations are at a worse point now than they were maybe 20 years ago. And we still have a ways to come with the whole gay thing. But there are people who stick up for there are people who look out for each other and stick up for their fellow man, and we generally know that those things are wrong by now. Even if there are people who propagate this image that we're bigots against this or that, there are always people there to call you out and say that's wrong. But one of the few things that everyone still... Oh no! That's super bad! I was trying to hit the spring. No! Oh, bad times. That's not good, Sonic. But one of the few, like, widely acceptable forms of bigotry left in America is fat bigotry, fat shaming. And I'm not saying, I could certainly stand to lose some weight myself. How did I get here this time? That's interesting. I'm not sure how that was. Tails, what are you doing down there? Why are you collecting me all that juicy good stuff? Tails, what are you doing when I'm not looking? But yeah, it's just, this game makes you think about how we view people who just stuff their faces. That needed to be there. Very good positioning. That's not going to help me lose any weight, unfortunately. Let's get in this tube while we have the chance. But yeah, you can still kind of make fun of fat people and get away with it. There's still that stigma, and it's partially due to the fact that being fat is seen as something that you can control, which isn't always the case. A lot of times it's true, but there are just as many times where it's not true, and you got to take it on a case-by-case basis. Oh, getting hit does not help you lose weight, remember. Let's run it off to the exit. That's a pretty quick zone right there. And there are plenty of opportunities to get ourselves, to smoke ourselves thin in Act 2 as well, I do believe. I did play a fair ways through this before I started it as an actual series, which is kind of rare for me nowadays. I like to play most things blind, but I actually got a little bit of a ways into this, and I just couldn't help it because it just made me think on so many levels. Like I said, there we go. We definitely needed that. One-ups are kind of sparse in this particular hack because you can't collect 100 rings to get to a... It's difficult to collect 100 rings to get to... Is this shield worth it? I think I can jump over this. Yes, there we go. And so, yeah, it just kind of makes you think about how you view the process of getting fat. Is it something you control? Because there are rings that Sonic has to get. There are rings that he can't help collecting, and I mean, we all need food to eat, but moderation is the key. You can actually eat a few onion rings and not get fat. The game does in its subtle way teach that moderation is the key, and you can collect a few rings without penalty and be fine. It's just when you go overboard. But there are times when you can't help going overboard. It's a very tricky line that you have to walk, and it's really something to think about. And I find it just endlessly fascinating. I have to admit. Thank you. I'm good to go again. So if we were to find enough of these monitors, maybe if I think of more angles like that, I'll keep sharing them. If I can remember more things that I thought of, because I thought of a lot, and it's hard to get it all. It's hard to get all the talking points that flooded into my brain into one single video at times. Oh, good. I can actually get up out of the Mega Mac. Imagine if I was fat right here. This would be really bad. What if just sucking this down made you fat? In fact, it probably does. Mega Mac is disgusting and also scary. Weird how they kind of front load the water zones in this game. I guess it's weird how this game kind of assumes familiarity with the first Sonic game, which only had I want to say one water area, and that was Labyrinth Zone. No, there was that one level in Scrap Brain right before Final Zone that put you into purple water, purple drink. But yeah, it's really weird how this game. Yeah, there we go. It's really weird how this game front loads the water levels with Chemical Plant and Water Ruin. Water Ruin. Aquatic Ruin, I mean. Which we'll see next time, as, of course, if you're familiar with Sonic, you know. And then you never really see water again after that. Here we go. Get in there, Tails. Little trick in case you didn't know, you can duck, and the blue Mega Mac actually will not touch your hitbox at all as long as you're ducking. Makes that a very easy boss. And Tails gets the final hit. Tails gets everything he wants. That fucker asshole. He gets all the onion rings he wants. He gets the final hit. Tails, we don't do this glory boy shit here, Tails. You hear me? You hear me? We work hard around here. I worked hard to get this figure. You hear me? See you guys next time on Aquatic Ruin Zone. Here we go. I can imagine this one's going to be a lot of fun. This one is ripe for disaster. I'll see you guys in it next time.